Ron Gant, and you know what? The hardest thing to do is hit a baseball. Second inning, Reggie Sanders fishes for the curve.
Two of those three have new.
Third inning, Pete Short can't catch up with the heat. Some call it high-octane gas. Smoltzy retired the first 12 he faced. Offensive hero, Fred McGriff, the crime dog. Rough off Tim Pugh. Baseball's version of the slam dunk, the old home run. 2 homers for McGriff in this game. Braves win. Smoltz gets the shutout. He allows just 4 singles and a double as he dominated the Reds exactly 1 year to the day that they hit 4 homers off him in 1 inning. Phil's on the Mets. Andy Van Slyke says hello to his new manager, Jim Fregosi. After a single in his first at-bat, Andrew touch 'em all in his second at-bat. 2-run shot. Van Slyke 2 for 4, 2 ribbies in his Philly debut. Bottom of 5, Edgardo Alfonso, the grounder in the hole. Kevin Stocker at home with the range. Phil still up 2-1. Next batter, Ryan Thompson. Crack of the bat can only mean long ball. Tommy Marsh climbs, but it's gone. Thompson's 5th. We're tied at 2. Top of the 6th. Still plenty of baseball left. Charlie Hayes checks his swing. First base ump John McSherry says no swing. Todd Hundley starts arguing with home plate up. Ed Montague throws Hundley out, and then watch Ed Montague, a regular National League ump for 20 years, doesn't mess around, starts bumping Hundley. Next pitch to Hayes. Base knocked to left. Darren Dalton. You go, Dutch. You go. And the Phillies win. Andy Van Slyke said he had fun playing baseball for the first time in 2 years. That'll happen when you're traded from a last-place team to a first-place team. Jim Eisenreich goes 2 for 3. Ray Cecil, kaboom. Oh, you're the man. Upper deck for a 2-run homer. 3-2 Tigers with the lead. Top of 6, 4-3 Tigers, Otis Nixon. Hard grounder up the middle. Chris Gomez throws the ball home, but Mike Pagliarulo going to slide in safely, and we're knotted at 4. Next batter, Mark McLemore. Base knocked to right, scores Benji Gill, 5-4 Texas, bottom of 6. Bases juiced for Detroit. Danny Batista grounds at third. Oh, that's just Pags being Pags. Baseball's back. Rangers win. Despite giving up 3 homers, Kevin Gross ends a 5-start winless streak with his first victory since May 17th. The Rangers win despite not getting an extra base hit.
Alex Fernandez. Here it comes, and there it goes. Tino Martinez takes him high and deep, and this is a 3-run shot. We're tied at 5. Number 11 for Martinez. Still 5-5 in the 8th. Tim Raines on at first, and Frank Thomas, the big hurt. This is pain for Bill Risley. 2-run shot. The Sox go on to win it. Winning for just the 2nd time in their last 10 games. The bullpen saving their first game in 8 tries. John Kruk, just off the DL for Chicago, drives in a run, but he also struck out 3 times. Cubs and Padres from the land of palm trees. Joey Hamilton strikes out Brian McRae swinging, and then Ozzie Timmons goes down looking. He had a no-hitter through 5. Bottom of the 3rd, Jody Reed on at 3rd. Hamilton with a sac fly. Scores Reed. Padres take a 1-0 lead. In the top of the 6th, 2-0 Padres. Brian McRae delivers the first Cubs hit of the night. Ozzie Timmons around to score. The Cubs score 3 unearned runs in the inning. Bottom 7th, 3-2 Cubs. Kevin Foster walked 2 men on base. Then pinch hitter Roberto Pettagini sends it high and deep, and aloha means goodbye. 3-run shot for the Padres. 5-3 the final. The Pods have won 4 in a row. They're above the 500 mark this late in the season for the first time in 3 years. Quote, every not on the way. Steve Mintz in relief in the 4th. Steve Pegues drilling his first major league dinger. That ties it up at 2 apiece. And here's that man Pegues again in the 5th. This is a monster shot. We measured 434 feet into the luxury boxes. Barry Bonds saying, man, this guy's got some power. 5-2 Pittsburgh. And Royce Clayton, look out. Hit in the 9th by Dan Maselli. The fastball clocked at 89 miles an hour. Clayton would be down for about 2 minutes before he was carted off on a stretcher. The Pirates would win the game 8-2. The good news on Clayton, he was woozy, but did not have to go to the hospital. His head is sore, but Royce is okay. Trevor to 1, and Gates delivers. This ball goes to the gap, and it clears the bases. A triple for Gates, and the Twins lead is cut to 5-4. Tony is fired up to the 9th. Rick Aguilera against Stan Javier. Javier hits it deep. That's a chopper. No play for Pat Mears. Terry Steinbach scores. We're tied at 5 and on to extra innings in the 10th. Jim Corsi facing Chip Hale with the bases loaded. Gets past Javier. 3-run score, and the Twins go on to win it by a final of 8-5. Matt Marullo, a career high with 4 hits. Rick Aguilera blew the save, but he did get the W after tossing 2 1/3 innings of relief. Red Sox and Indians at Jacobs Field. Dennis Martinez looking to go 7-0. Second inning, Mike McFarland at the plate. Down the line, and that is a fair ball into the corner. Greenwell scores, so does Witten, and the Sox take a 2-0 lead. To the 4th, 2 on for Luis Alicea. Goes the opposite way. Greenwell is heading for home. Albert Bell. He is out. What a gun by Albert Bell in the 5th. Bell doing it at the plate. This is a solo shot. We're tied at 3. Nice catch by the kid there. That's why Sparky brought his glove, right, Craig? In the 10th, Craig nodded yes. Manny Ramirez off of Ken Ryan. Good night. Game over. Drive home safely. Indians win it 4-3, mobbing Manny at the plate. 12th time this season the Indians have won a game in their last at bat, and you don't want to play the Indians in extra innings. The try
0-for-2 already. Grounds into the double play to end the inning. He would have 2 more at-bats. Meanwhile, in the 6th, the Marlins explode. 2 on for Jeff Conine. Oh, yeah, Jeffrey. His 8th home run. Marlins with the lead. Then bottom of 6, Dante up with the bases juiced. Get out of here. No, he pops to center. One more chance in the 9th. Bottom of 9. Dante breaks his bat, and the streak is over at 23 games. And the Marlins win it. Jeff Conine drives in 4 runs with 3 hits. The Rockies were unable to capitalize on 12 hits as they stranded 13 base runners and left the bases loaded twice. They lose their 4th straight. Dodgers in the cards. Nomo means strikeout in any language. Bottom of 2, Hideo Nomo versus Chris Sabo, the off-speed breaker. Bottom of 3, Brian Jordan can't check his swing. First base ump Steve Ripley confirms that. Top of 6, Raul Mondesi versus Ken Hill. Roberto Kelly on second after doubling. And Raul is on fire. Triples to right center. Kelly scores, and look at Mondesi motor. Wheels. Head first slide in the 3rd for Zip Dodgers. Bottom of 6, Nomo. Check out the affected windup. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Sits down Brian Jordan. Dodgers win. They're almost synchronized. Todd Worrell, 10th save, 10 tries. With 50 members of the Japanese media crammed into Busch Stadium press box, Nomo wins his 4th straight as he strikes out 8. And
on the hill for New York, game tied in the bottom of the 1st. Cal Ripken, base hit. Jeffrey Hammond scores 2 1-0s. Birds with a little bit of defense here in the 2nd. Bernie Williams with a drive, looking for a 3-run homer, and Brady Anderson says, I don't think so. Gorgeous catch. Jesse Orozco on to protect a 5-3 lead in the 7th. He was trying to protect it. Randy Velarde, and nobody's going to catch this one. His 3rd of the year, and this is now a 5-4 game. But Orozco settles down. Bernie Williams is frozen. Gerald Williams is frozen. And Wade Boggs, strike 3 called. Orozco coming back to strike out the side looking. 5-4 the final as the Birds snap their 7-game lead.